Hello, guys. My name is Megan, and I graduated from A&M SPED program in 2020. And right now, I am a teacher in what's called an ECSE program, which stands for Early Childhood Special Ed. And I adore it. And I wanted to tell you all a little bit about it because Aliana reached out to me. So basically, in my classroom, in our ECSE classroom, which it used to be called PPCD, but now it's called ECSE, I have students from 3 to 5 years old with various disabilities. So dependent on the child, there's different eligibilities. So like it could be a child with autism and a speech impairment. I have kiddos with Down syndrome. I have students with an intellectual disability. I have students with an OHI eligibility, which is an other health impairment. So my students range very, very largely. I have kiddos that developmentally are at like 1-year-old developmental age, but I also have students that are developmentally like a 4-year or 5-year-old. So, and more so have behavioral needs. So definitely ranges, and I love that, but it also makes it really hard all at the same time. For goals for my classroom, as far as their IEP goals go, I have a lot of behavior goals. I have a lot of social skill goals. Self-help goals, those types of things that we're focusing on in our classroom for sure for a lot of my kiddos. So my favorite part about my classroom is that I get to be a lot creative a lot of the times, and that's like my favorite thing. Every week we do different thematic units, and I love creating new ideas for my classroom to go with those things. So I definitely love that. That's why I love the Littles so much, is that we get to kind of be creative and we get to use this different theme to create fun and new ideas. I also adore what's called assistive technology, and I adore that, and I've learned so much about that within my position because I have some students that are nonverbal, and then I have some students that are completely verbal, and then I have everything in between as well. So I love implementing assistive technology into my classroom as well, not just to help those nonverbal kiddos, but also to model different ways of communication for those other students too, even those that don't necessarily need assistive technology. So that's definitely my favorite part. And then I wanted to kind of give a little bit of advice for any one of you that would love to maybe teach ECSE whenever you get out of A&M. Number one, shadow. I know that you've probably heard that, but truly so much can be learned by just going and watching or going and trying it out into a classroom. And I know that you'll get those opportunities, definitely specifically in your student teaching, but that helped me so much. So definitely that. And also start thinking about, whenever you're thinking about what kind of classroom you want, how are you going to set it up? So like for me, I teach in Katy ISD right now, and our ECSE program looks very different than a College Station ECSE program. Or maybe a Houston ISD ECSE program. Every district does it differently. So start thinking about, what do you want your classroom to look like? What types of rotations do you want? What kind of structure do you want? If you want ECSE, do you want to have, like for example, I have 3 work rotations, and within each of my work rotations, I have a play center as well. So start thinking about those little things. How are you going to utilize your staff? So I have 2 paraprofessionals in my classroom, and I lead a zone, and then my 2 paraprofessionals lead a zone as well. And it works wonderfully because it gives each of us a little spot of our own. And that has worked great for me. So that would be another thing. Start thinking also, if you're going to be an ECSE teacher, think about what districts you possibly want to work in. You don't have to know everything right now. I definitely did not know exactly where I wanted to teach, and that's okay. You're going to figure it out. But just keep in mind that every district does do it differently. So like for mine, my 4-year-olds are full day students and my 3-year-olds are half day students. So I have some AM half day, some PM half day, and then some all day students. So just start thinking about that because that all affects your schedule. That all affects how you run your classroom. But again, you do not have to know all of those things right now. You don't. You're going to figure it out. And then whenever you get in there, it's going to change, and that's okay. That's just a part of teaching. But I hope that whoever wants to teach ECSE, I hope that you find that love and that you get that opportunity to go in and to see some classrooms. I told Aliana already, but please, please, please feel free to reach out to me. I am so blessed to have had a wonderful student teaching experience. And if you have any questions, I would love to be that support for you. But utilize that SPED program at A&M. It's amazing, and I miss it so much. And yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful semester, and let me know if y'all have any questions.